Hi, this is a quick short video about email using Outlook.com and using your local Outlook Office program as well as your apps on your mobiles, iPhone or Android, and having complete synchronization of your emails across all platforms. Bearing in mind your email, if you create one with Outlook Mail at Outlook.com, everything is literally stored in the cloud. So any device you have, whether it breaks, means that your data is safe. If we look at the web interface and look at the PC version, here's a trial version of the Outlook Office Suite on my PC, you will notice they're the same. Anything I do locally will be duplicated on the cloud, on the Outlook.com service. So if I send an email from this PC, it will end up in my sent items here, and it will also be visible from the web in my sent items. Another nice feature that we have from Outlook is that I could import listing a lot of emails that I have, and I could throw them into the cloud. Likewise, if I feel any time that I want a backup, or for whatever reason I need to migrate to another email system or another program, I can quite literally export as a PST all my emails that are in Outlook.com. Complete flexibility. Being an Office product, if you look at the Outlook Mail web version, if you get an attachment, be it a Word document, an Excel document, or a PowerPoint document, there's something nice that happens when you click on such attachments. Let's click on the Jake DocX. As you can see on the left, the document opened so that we could look at it, read it, print it, save it to OneDrive, download it. We could even translate it to any language we want. We could even download it as a PDF. Basic tasks that you do with most things in Office work. You could also click on Edit and Reply. If you have a good enough internet connection, this will not be slow. You could, at the same time as editing the document, edit the email. So I could literally come here and type something on the right, and at the same time edit the document on the left. And when I'm ready, click send, and the edited version of the document that's been online will be resent to whoever it is. Give it a bit of time. My internet is not very fast at the moment because I'm doing some downloading. So we're almost there. Right, so let's make a few changes. Let's say we decide we want to change this and say, okay, you made a mistake. The word should be export, not import. And we get it right. And when we are ready, we send it off. So we make the change, and we can say on here, you made a silly mistake. Send the email, and you're done. It's a nice feature to have. Sometimes your inbox can become really full. In such situations, you may need to be able to flag or mark certain emails as very important, or also kind of plan them in a way that you can schedule how they're going to be executed or read, or if there's a particular job that needs to be done. So let me show you how that works. Let's say, for example, this email over here is quite urgent to be done this week. I can click on the flag and it will change color. If this is also quite urgent, I could flag that as well, and that could also change color. If I've got 50 emails here, for example, and 2 of them flagged, well, picking them out might be rather difficult. I could even right-click on one of them and schedule it and say, this one I need to do next week. This one I need to do today. And then I can go to my tasks, which also synchronizes with your mobile, and you will soon see the tasks appearing here. Now that we have the tasks there, we see in which order we need to do our work. Accordingly, if I click on a particular task and I've done it, I can click complete. That will remove it from the list. If you go back to your email, either from here at the bottom where it says email, or from here at the top where it says email, there's a lot of ways of going back to your email. We can see that that message has been ticked and flagged as done. We could also right click on it and unflag it. Now, there's another way also. If you want to pin the message, it will always be at the top. So you could pin your most important tasks at the top of your inbox so they're always there. Categories is a very nice way of finding a particular email based on some criteria that you decide feasible for finding that particular email. So in this particular case, you can see that this email from Zytel, I have given it a categorization of Chinese, which means if I have 100 emails here and I'm looking for anything Chinese, I can come up here and say search for any emails that are in the category Chinese, and it will filter it out regardless of whether it's a different email or whatever. Now if I manually want to do that in Outlook Mail, we do it so we click on an email, we go up to categories, and this is a new category. I will call this home. So I will create a home category and press enter, and that's done. Next time I come back to that email, you will see that it has a category called home. There we go. Now here under categories, we are able also to have them displayed, and it's quite easy to go from options and enable it. So we come here and we will enable home as well. We will save it, and before I leave here I will show you something else. Outlook.com has an automatic way of classifying according to documents, newsletters, photos. You can also use these if you like, which will also help in creating extra categories that maybe you did not think of. Now, if we go back, we can also create a rule that will apply to any type of email and categorize it. So we can say that, okay, there is an email from this company. We can come to the three little dots over here and we could create a rule. The rules can be based on many factors, but what I just want to show you here is do one of the following. What's important is that you can mark the message with a category, and you can say, depending on what criteria, I want to mark that message as Chinese. So depending on whether the email comes from a particular person or contains these words, if this particular email in the body mentions anything to do with laptops, we want it to be marked as Chinese. So we could change any of these, we can delete them, we can add them, so we can make any sort of logical condition that would determine whether that email goes into that category. It's a very powerful tool. A quick mention where to add your signature. Generally everybody wants to do this. Under the gear icon, you go to the options and you can go to the shortcuts, and there where it says add an email signature is where you modify and create your signature for your outgoing and forwarded emails. Something you will definitely use now during the Christmas season is the automatic reply. If you basically won't be around, the Outlook.com email will automatically send an email telling people, sorry, I'm away, I will be back at such and such a date. So to enable that, click on the gear icon, click on automatic replies, enable it from here, choose your calendar dates that you will be away, probably from the 22nd till the 31st, You could even block your calendar for that time period. You could decline and cancel any meetings during that period. And over here you can type your message and put calendar dates and whatever. So that's how you enable automatic replies. You can then, when you come back, go back into the option and quite simply disable it by clicking Don't Send Automatic Replies. A very interesting feature with Outlook Mail is the ability to use your web browser and check your email even though you're offline. You could be in an aeroplane, you could be somewhere where there isn't internet at all, and this feature is quite useful. For it to work, you would need to have Internet Explorer 10 or higher, Chrome 16 or higher. Doesn't work with Firefox. It does work with Safari 5, and you would need either the online version of Cloud of Exchange or a local installation of Exchange 2013 set up a certain way. What the offline mode does offer you is 3 days of emails or a maximum of 150 items. So offline you'll be able to check 150 emails, create them or whatever, and have them ready to be sent, or 3 days worth, one or the other. You also get access to your calendar, and you'll be able to see a month before and a year after, total of 13 months. There are a few limitations to using this type of mode, and those include not having access to your archives, no search facility, and no attachments. Anything that will be in the cloud in this sort of form is part of the limitations. You kind of get used to this if you're completely offline. For example, if you want to do some offline work and you know that certain files are attached to other emails, you will need to download them prior from your live connection so that you can work on them offline. In offline mode, there's still things you can do. You can read your email, you can manage your email, you can create messages as well as alter your calendar, you can work with contacts. The theory behind this is that generally when you're on a plane trip for an hour or two, or in a train or wherever where there's no internet access, you have the ability to still do some email work using your PC, and it does give you this big advantage of being kind of offline but not completely offline. Setting this up is quite simple. Click on the gear, click on offline settings, turn on offline access. Are you the only person who uses this computer? Yes, it'll ask you this because generally the files that will be stored on your computer will be in an unencrypted state. So if anyone else has access to your PC, this might be a bit of a risk. So you can say yes. If you see a message from your browser that asks for more storage, click yes. Offline access needs additional space to work correctly. After you click yes, your browser will increase the total amount of space offline. Okay, we click next. We press Control D, we create a bookmark. Boom. And we click next. You're all set to go. And that's it. We have set up offline access for Outlook Mail. So give it a bit of time and the browser will download your data and you will have offline content. There is so much more we haven't talked about, including calendar creation, sharing your calendar with someone else, accepting invitations from an event, a calendar event. But we could do that in another video. I'm open to emails with requests as to what exactly might interest you regarding Outlook Mail. So feel free to email me at sales@allinoneonline.com, giving me any more suggestions as to what you might be interested in, and I can try and prepare something for you. Thank you for watching this video.